Now look out. Owen could be gone. Owen, he's scored!
That last pass is from the net.
Another pass across Titan with a shot on the net, and he scores!
This is it. Dolphins, stop our toss. Night under the second zone. Dolphins scores. He scores.
Now it's a breakaway pass. Buzz Flippin, look out, he's in an open net. Oh no, Buzz Flippin.
Off the stick. How did Katie save that? On Damocles scores.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another PHL Pro Division game where the Vincent Vickers are visiting against the Albany Beavers. I am one of your hosts, Alley Cat, joined today by the lovely Winters. The lovely Winters, as always. How are you, my friend?
I'm great, and I'm ready for some Puck Hockey League action. As the season continues. The first night was so much fun, and I expect, these are some really good teams, and they are known quantities to me. Many of them played Hockey ? Like a decade ago, and seeing these names, I think it's the right people, Allie. I don't know. I'm told that Jabba, for example, is Jabrina Carpenter. And
yes, indeed, there has been a great many name changes around. We will.
And when I see Flohei Otani, I have to think that is the great Tony Flo that's in the building with us tonight.
It may likely indeed be. There are many great name changes and many HQMers in the Pro Division. A lot of talent coming over, but also a lot of new talent. If you think about Owen, for example, is the #1 overall pick. As we get ready to go. Winters, are you ready to do your thing?
I think so. And Owen played really well in those games previously that we watched. So he'll definitely be one to watch tonight. As things get started here, I go in the corner with it, and coming around, it is taken back and cleared. Dicky Pecker will put it back in the opposite zone. Shot across as Rogue watches it fly by. Meat Sale now coming. He had a good game versus these guys. He wasn't playing these guys, but he's played them before. Let's say that.
Indeed, yes.
So the puck is cleared around. And we're in the early going here. Nice shot across. And Milk will watch that sail across the crease and be cleared away to the other end.
Bit of a slow start to the game
net.
here, kind of feeling each other out, these two teams, just sort of seeing where their weaknesses are in my eyes.
Yeah, me too. As at the point here is Smasher, as he will dish one across. And there is Jabrina Carpenter that we were speaking of earlier, the captain. And this will move back into their own zone as Dicky Pecker will shuffle it over to Smasher. At the blue line waiting for it. No one, so Meat Sale will collide.
Bit of a shotless game so far, apart from the one earlier that was easily cleared by the goaltender for the Vickers. As we go back to the offensive zone here.
Yes, Meat Sale bringing it around. He may go coast to coast with it. He's known to do that. But he gets hung up against the boards. And now cleared away. Cute Carl. Another guy from HQM that has been performing well already here in the early going of PHL Season 3. Is everybody looking for opportunity here? Here's Meat Sale. The shot across. As he had Ratty in front. And the shot goes wide. They still retain possession. Here's Meat Sale with the backhand. Big save.
Just off the corner toe of Milk, getting that skate in to just bounce it safely to the corner there.
Yeah, it's very nice. I'm very impressed with the goaltending play of just puck in general. It seems like everybody's really stepped up from, well, in Hockey Question Mark, you just had the blade and that was it. Like these guys have real pads and stuff, and they can, and lateral movement across the crease, things like that, they're really working to their advantage, as Milk will stay at home for this one.
Average with the beautiful comment of Smasher versus Meat Sale is feeding families. And yes, it is indeed feeding our families and feeding our appetites for more glorious shots on net.
Yeah, but we've got well, this is the Pro Division. That's the top of the 3 great divisions here in the PHL. So these guys are at the pinnacle of the league, of the leagues. So now Kiwi across, shot, score, Meat Sale. They make it look so easy, Allie.
It's just a great setup here to pass it into the corner and then sliding across. Goaltending getting slide across right there, and Meat Sale just taps it in. Easy goal. Really just... Milk didn't really have a chance to slide around for that. As we go back to center ice for the faceoff. 1-0, Albany Beaveners. Albany Beaveners, I apologize, Beavers.
The Beaveners, yes. They are definitely beavening here in this first period.
Indeed,
we go
indeed.
under a minute left.
Gnashing their teeth together. I'm wondering what that
Yeah.
sounds like exactly, just like a...
Yeah, that's the verb for it. But Meat Sale, chip across to Ratty, it does not go. And backhand follow-up will find no purchase either. But here's Smasher on the counter. Moving through, shot. Oh, big save once again, Rogue. Wow.
Rogue, interestingly, last year with being drafted in D3 and then being called all the way up to D1, he was an absolute stud in net, and he's showing why he's getting picked this high once again.
And so Kiwi, he's looking up the ice and finds Ratty, who shoots again. Milk with the save.
And that will do it for the first period, and that's going to do it so far for the first. But I mean, honestly, I think the shots and scoreboard are not truly indicative of the full team. It's 1-0 Albany Beavers with 3 shots, but the Vickers have definitely shown that they're in this fight and they're willing to fight for it with that Smasher breakaway, for example. We'll definitely see what they have in store for the second.
Absolutely. As the second period begins, as Jabrina Carpenter dumps it in deep. Nice pass across. Dickie Pecker's shot. And Rogue will watch that go wide. And here's Carl moving it to Ratty. And there were a couple of bodies in the way of that, so no way to get it through. But now back the other way, here is Smasher. And stolen Kiwi. And they are on the move once again.
Beavers on the attack here.
Kiwi to Meat Sale. And not able to connect on the pass. He'll go for a follow-up shot. And it sails wide as well. But somehow he's at the other side of the point and picks it up. He's everywhere. And he gets it to Ratty. And that again will not go. And so a lot of good opportunities coming for both these teams, but for Albany especially.
You know, Albany coming out pretty strong after a, semi-equal first period that I think is starting to tip into the favor of the Beavers now.
And so starting down low is Jabrina Carpenter. And he will fling this one down. And Kiwi flings it right back to Ratty. He's got room. And Milk moves deftly across the crease. And just stays with it.
Ratty
Nice
just
that
couldn't
stop.
get the puck up in time, and Milk just had his pad at the exact moment that he needed to. Great play.
Yeah, we're going to call these goalies names a lot because they're both pretty good. Meat cell. Oh, a nice demonstration by Milk once again, as at point blank range, he fights that one off.
Vickers'
So
defense
now
really
Rogue
need to improve here. They're letting more than a few breakaways down, and your goalie can't always save you on those.
Yeah, one's going to slip through eventually. Yeah, so it's the ironclad rule of hockey, unfortunately, if you're a goalie. But now, loose puck gathered in, Jabrina. Shot. It goes wide. Smasher will recover it, though, and nice move in between a couple of guys. Does not connect. But they're keeping it in the zone. And so now in the neutral zone, they will try once again. Here's a chance. And right in front, Dickie Pecker. And again, another big stop.
Both goalies getting challenged here as, oh my God, Smasher once again tries to pull a meat sail and tap it right in front of there.
Oh, it's worth trying. Yeah, everything's worth trying.
Everything in front of the net, as long as it's there, you get your puck presence on there, you can score goals, absolutely. It's probably one of the most dangerous areas to score those goals, especially for a goalie. Well, for a goalie to get in there, is what I mean.
And Cute Carl almost walked one in there. He had a couple of guys beaten. But they will try again. Meat sail. Now from behind the net, he's got Ratty there with him. But it is going to be Jabrina Carpenter who gets the clear. And it's a nice pass. It goes to Smasher. And he's there by himself, but they quickly converge on him. And this goes back the other way. Ratty quickly shot and just past the post. So Ratty now over to Cute Carl. As they're putting pressure on here in the final moments of the second period of a 1-0 game. Albany still in the lead. But it's just a matter of time, it seems like, for both of these teams. The pressures are cooking.
Yeah, you can almost get the sense that, Albany's feeling the pressure to keep the lead and score another one. The Vickers are feeling pressure to score one to extend their lead and put themselves back in the game. It's definitely a pressure cooker, as you said.
Yeah, this is my first time seeing the Vickers, and pretty good team. They're hanging in tightly.
Most definitely, yeah. We're
is...
pretty much seeing that the Vickers have come back 4 shots apiece for both teams. 1-0 still, not really a change in goals. What do you think we're going to see in the third? As the seconds are going to go right into the third. I apologize.
Oh, that's good. We're continuing quickly. It's anybody's game right now, and now that I love that we have these stats courtesy of Dalfan. You can sit here and say, oh, each team has had 4 shots on goal. It seems like so many more than that, though. Certainly more goal-scoring opportunities that may not show up in the stats, but a very hotly contested game goes to the third, and with Albany in the lead, the Vincennes Vickers are looking for a response now, as Smasher, who is a big part of any comeback they're going to make here. The puck's going back the other way. Milk will clear that out. We've had a couple of times where the goalies have basically just shot on each other, which is wild.
The rule of puck usually is send it down if you can't control it, or make a pass. Just shoot it and buy yourself as much time as a goalie.
Absolutely. Shoot the puck, crash the net. It's one of those universal axioms that plays well just as in puck as it does in the real sport. And this is the real e-sport that we're seeing as now meet sale. Close shot, scores! With help from Ratty and Kiwi, he will put the biscuit in the basket. Once again, meet sale, making it 2-0 as Albany takes the lead and extends it by 1.
Meat Sale just absolutely breaks the ankles of Milk and just takes the time and just puts it on his backhand to put it right in the net. That's an open net for him. And unfortunately, Milk can't get to it in time and he makes the wrong call.
Yeah, that's part of what makes him one of the most exciting players in esports. I mean, across several games, I've cast him in several different video games now, not just Hockey ? Or Puck, and so he seems to thrive wherever he's at. So it's nice to see how they're doing so far here. It's a long season, and some of these teams are going to catch up. It's going to be fun to watch, Allie.
Oh, for sure. We're definitely going to see a lot of storylines develop, a lot of teams either move on or be knocked out as the seasons go along. But you know, as playoffs come along, we know that only 4 teams can make it from Pro Division, so 2 will be going home for the season and reevaluating and deciding what their future holds. But that's a long way from here, as we have many more games to go.
Absolutely. And we'll be here to cover them on the Puck Hockey League Network. So thank you for joining us tonight, everybody. And keep watching throughout the season. It's going to get better and better, and I'm going to get more accustomed to which buttons do what. For example, I will remember what the command is to enter that camera mod in, so I'm not just thrashing around trying to look at what's happening. But in the meantime, I can tell you that Dickie Pecker is sending one across to Smasher, and the Vickers are on the comeback trail, or at least looking to be. 1:45 left. They've got to do it quickly. And this puck is cleared away. Jabrina Carpenter will be there to pick it up in the corner. Ratty pursuing, and he and Meat Cell both lurking around, hoping to snag one out of the air. But it is on the blade of Dickie Pecker once again. The shot, the save. Now in the corner, regained. He will send it back to Smasher as they do the rotation to try to open up something here. But they are being marked very clearly by this Albany defense. I mean, both these teams have played really well on defense. That's something that is really noticeable about Puck so far. And we're down to under a minute.
Yeah, I think Vickers' comms are full of, you know, shrug it off. Let's get it next game. Let's just keep playing, and let's you know, get better for the next game and get a couple of points out of it.
Right, that's the beauty of it, right? They play 2 games. See, I didn't even know that the first night, so I was just sitting here yapping and like, oh, I thought they were just playing one for fun at the end. You know, it's.
Yeah, valuable 6 points can be had tonight for both teams. You have, you know, we run a 3-2-1-0 system with 3 points being awarded for regulation win, 2 for overtime win, 1 for an overtime loss, and none for a regulation win. And it's looking more and more like, unfortunately, the commentator's curse is still alive.
Oh, how did that happen?
It looks like Smasher just did exactly what we talked about and just banged and crashed the net. And Rogue just couldn't quite get control of it, as the Vickers have a chance here to potentially make me eat my words.
Well, they've got to do it right from jump because they've got 10 seconds in which to do it. Looks like they've pulled the goalie.
Shot's going to go far here.
Empty net.
And it looks like, yes, indeed. This is going to be a game with a 2-1 victory in regulation for the Albany Beavers.
Yeah, a fun first game from both these teams. And we found that the good thing about this 2-game system is that you may be kind of warming up a little bit and getting into your mode, but that second game, everybody's more in their flow state, and you see more things happen that are very impressive. So I expect this to be a very impressive game too, given the teams that we're bringing you tonight here on Puck Hockey League Network PHL Season 3 Pro Division.
I mean, one would think that, with the Albany Beavers having a win, they're going to feel the momentum going in, but that's not always the case that we've seen. Oftentimes, momentum is a very devious mistress. She often very heavily favors the underdog team going into the next game. It's very strange how momentum can switch that quickly in games like this, where one team will win 2-1 in an overtime win, and then the other will win potentially even 4-0. It's definitely a showcase here as we get underway for the second game.
Gods smile on you, yes. It's kind of a mystical sport in that sense. I mean, anything can happen, and sometimes the craziest things happen, and sometimes the funniest things happen, and that's one of the best things about any sort of hockey, I think. So now Jabrina Carpenter will begin things with a long pass. They're doing those passes to the opposite blue line here, and people are there. Smasher shoots, and Cute Carl and Meat Cell will look to counter. As this one poke checked away, Rogue is going to have to take it and relaunch over to Meat Cell at the near side point. And now here is Smasher. He's coming in close, and Rogue able to turn that aside. Dickie Pecker now on the follow-up, tries to get it across to Smasher. And the pass does not connect, and Rogue is just going to send this the hell out of there. And
once again, buying time for the Beavers to regroup and recreate. That's what a goalie icing right there is. Just sending it all the way down and hoping to buy time for your team.
Absolutely. And the great thing is it's well within the rules of PHL. And there's no offsides or anything like that. No icing, no two-line pass. I've seen several two-line passes. No, huge save by Rogue. I guess the stop on this one, as Smasher will reload and fire. He gets it over to Dickie Pecker at the point. As Flo, hey Tony. Oh, these names, man. But we all remember Tony Flo.
Great save by Milk there with a stop as it's cut across. That's a death sentence for goalies sometimes when puck comes all the way across from one end right to the middle.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough angle. And so, where is this one going to go? I don't know, because I'm at center ice flailing around with this thing. Seriously, I'll fix it later, folks. But here is Carl, who has the puck, presumably. No? Oh, God. Okay, now, Smasher with it. And this one is dislodged. It will be incumbent upon Jabrina Carpenters to pick this up. We'll learn the names and the controls. It's growing pains.
Oh goodness!
But now a odd man break. Here's Smasher. Oh, and it goes off the post.
Smasher
he had it where he wanted it.
Perfect opportunity there, and just doesn't quite get exactly where he wants.
Oh, almost does on the follow-up though. But again, just huge stuff in the net from Rogue. Just very impressive goaltending tonight. I keep saying that because it's very true. Look at that one, as Meat Cell looking to sneak one in on Milk. That's a. I was warned that was a go-to play for them, and I'm seeing that it is. Just send it down low and then just be there to pick it up and make things happen. That's that shooting the puck, crashing the net stuff we were talking about, though.
Absolutely. As the Beavers are continuing possession as they pressure The Vickers, as we still have... Oh, my...
Ready?
Once again, the commentator's curse strikes. As we see...
You can't take the blame for all of it.
As we see Meat Sale doing a incredible bat out of the net, and Ratty just shooting it right through Jabrina Carpenter right up high. Getting there for a goalie that high, really tough to do, and it's 1-0 Beavers once again.
Yeah, I see the shooters and the goalies have figured out the opportune angles to land these shots at. If you can put it where you want it, then you know where you want to put it. And we keep seeing that over and over here, but it's harder to cover those top corners of the net, I think.
Most definitely a smasher.
And almost the backhand.
Smasher showing exactly why people picked him at the top, at I believe 2nd or 3rd overall, but showing exactly why he is a fantastic offensive talent, just a pure goal scorer and playmaker when he wants to be.
Yeah, he definitely gets one of the stars of the night, I think. He's just been so fun to watch this whole time, and lots of business in front, but it is cleared away.
And the stats are definitely showing it, as we've got 1-0 for the Beavers, but pretty even shots, a bit more than the last game even. As we're about to head to face off at center ice for the second period of this game.
This is the second period of game 2. As again, Albany with the lead, but only a slight one. As slight as you can get, a 1-0 lead. So now looking to counter his Smasher. And yeah, he's been all over the place tonight, but mostly in front of the net, just like that. But here's Ratty in front of their net, just like that. Meat Cell in front of their net, just like that, but nothing doing. But going in for another round, here's Matty. Shoots and scores! Ratty on the backhand.
Yeah, this is an example of that cut across that's an absolutely killer. You see Ratty just kind of take it all the way around. There's not really a defender there, and he just goes right side. There's so many options for a shooter to take that a goalie just can do almost nothing about that.
Yeah, good stuff. 2-0 Albany now. And once again, the Vincent Vickers find themselves at a deficit.
Feels a bit like deja vu with the score, Tiny, as Vickers are going to try to correct it here.
Isn't it? Yes, a shot and save by Rogue. Wow, he's been good. So now, here is Cute Carl. We haven't heard much from him tonight. Very surprised by that. They're marking him pretty closely as Smasher stays on him. And a loose puck is picked up by Kiwi. Sent back in. Here is Meat Seal. Walks through a couple of guys. Tries to knuckle one over Milk. But it sails across over the crossbar. And Smasher has jarred this loose and has got some room. He's working around. Shots go! Oh. Smasher. Top shelf where Mama keeps the cookies.
I mean, I don't think I need to say much here. This Smasher just breaks the ankles of Cute Carl and sends it top wide for Rogue. That's just a great play by him.
Yeah. Wow. So that makes it a little bit more of an interesting game as 2-1 Albany.
4 shots apiece, definitely very close.
Yeah, that was what it was last time, wasn't it? So, and we've still got longer to play. So Jabrina Carpenter now with the puck as he dumps this in. Smasher, nice dish across. And that one was picked away. So now it will be Meat Cell. Moving in the other direction, he's got Ratty down low. How's he going to play this? Across the face-off circle, he takes us into the corner, and he's got people waiting. He takes it himself. And this one going back to the point now. Carl sending it in. Meat Cell rotating to get back into it. Cute Carl will keep retention of the puck here. And finally, the Vickers defense snatches it away. Smasher now. And he does the same on the other end. And shot and score! Big shot and score from Smasher. His second.
Smasher just cutting around once again. Loses it on the first play, goes back in, beats Cute Carl again, wraps it around and just shoots it top right. That's the second time he's done that. That's just insane work by Smasher to tie it up there. He's absolutely carrying his team here.
Well, and apparently he's doing it in between talking on Snapchat. That's what we're getting from the On Ice chatter. So he's definitely better multitasker than myself. I'm sitting here flailing around with this thing. But I can see that Meat Cell has the puck again, unsurprisingly, as he sends it across. He was looking for Ratty. And so now Smasher will look to repeat as we go to a minute and a half in the second period with a tie game. All of a sudden, Allie, it's a tie game.
Yeah, the Vickers definitely showing a little bit of offensive push led by Smasher here.
It's now through the neutral zone. Carl will play it off the boards. He's a veteran board player. And the Vickers will try to get things going with Smasher yet again, but it is Carl with the steal. They've been going at each other like this all night. As there is Tony sends one down. And the puck is back the other way. Here is Meat Cell. As he gets through 1, 2, 3, 4. Shot, score! He beats the whole team. 3-2.
Definitely a good move to bat that away by Dickie Pecker there. Great defensive play, but unfortunately it's not enough, and Meat Cell cuts through all their defenders going back and puts it top shelf. We've seen so many pucks go top shelf in this game that I think we're starting to see a pretty consistent pattern of beating these goalies top shelf.
Yeah, everybody's learning the game, and that's why it's an exciting time to be a part of this, because you're seeing these guys who've been playing first-person hockey for years and years in an old game, but you're also seeing guys who just started out in puck, the hot new game from Latvia, and they've gotten so good at it and kind of evened the playing field to where there's a good amount of parity with these guys that have been playing for a long time. So it's a perfect time to get involved and start watching. At least it has been for me.
3-2, Ratty with 2 goals, looking for the Hattie tonight. Smasher also looking for a Hattie and to tie it up. We could see some electric plays here, and I am expecting a lot of push by Smasher and probably a bit more from Albany, but probably looking to mostly just lock in at this point.
Absolutely. It's a close game as Meat Cell begins things. Sabrina Carpenter with the puck will play it out of his zone and wait for his team to get into position. As there's Smasher down there waiting for it. But now cleared away, and here is Ratty. The shot.
And
he
there
got
it
the
is.
initial stop, but Milk will... Oh, man.
And there's the hat trick for Ratty. Just barely beats Milk. I think Milk got a piece of it, and it just went high on his pads. He just shoots it
He
there.
did.
and just goes over the line a bit too far. That's a really hard play to make and just a really tough one for a goalie. You feel like you want that. You feel like if you were just a little bit faster, you could have beaten that, but I don't think he could have gotten a piece of that.
Yeah, I used to play goal when I played hockey, so yeah, I know those feels, bro. You know, it's almost worse because you feel like you had it, you knew you had it, but yeah, that does make it 4-2 in favor of the Albany Beavers as we continue on into this third period, which, as predicted, is the most important period of this hockey game so far.
Shots
Now,
pretty equal at 8
here's
shots
Smasher.
for the Vickers and 7 for the Beavers, but the score does not reflect that.
Absolutely. This has been a wild one. Here's Dickie Pecker. He's open. And he'll send it across to Tony, now to Smasher. And Jabrina Carpenter into the corner. As they try to keep this alive, it will be Ratty that gets the clear. And so Jabrina Carpenter is going to have to take this all the way back into his own zone to reload.
Still lots of time for
across.
any team to make a play here.
Yeah, yes, and BG echoing that. Yes, as I would say, the third period is the most important period of a hockey game. It's one of those Maddenisms, man. It's like, you know, the team that scores the most points is going to win. You know, that's my prediction. And the great thing is that I'm never wrong about it. So it's nice to never be wrong about stuff.
Yes, indeed.
But now Dickie Pecker will begin things. Smasher, and that one gets caught up and cleared out as we start to enter the final chapter of this game. 2:20 remaining on the clock. As through the neutral zone this is, and Milk will come way out to play it. I was also told you can come out as far as you want to and play it, so
Indeed, yes.
that's perilous, but it's a gamble you can take if you want to. So these guys are not constrained to just their little crease area. They can come out and be skater forwards if they want to.
Definitely a risk
We'll
as
see
a
if they want to
goaltender.
here. Yeah. Well, they might pull their goalie here towards the end. I mean, we did see that earlier, so that's a new thing. I don't remember too many people doing that back in the day. They did, but this is the first week of the season. They usually didn't.
Definitely a risky
But
play.
now-
You're leaving your net completely exposed, and it's a lot easier to make a play, especially with that level.
Well, yeah, and in Division One, the Pro Division, these guys are so good that they're pretty accurate on those long bombs, and we saw a goal just like that the other night. And
without icing, there's no
there's-
risk to just shooting it all the way down. And you know, if you're the team up, all you got to really do is just send it down. If you miss, good, you waste time. If you don't, then you get a goal. It's kind of a win-win scenario.
yeah, high percentage play for sure. So now it will be Ratty who gets loose from this and takes it all the way to the other end. Shoots, scores! Forehand to backhand, either hand, 5-2.
Forehand, backhand, and Ratty with the 4 goals tonight. Not happy with the hat trick. He decided he wanted 4 of them, and he once again beats Milk just in time with the reaction time. 5-2 Albany Beavers, as I'm thinking the Vincent Vickers are going to do a lot of soul searching after this game, especially after these 2 games.
Well, it's early in the season, Allie. You learn a lot about your team, and in victory as well as defeat. But it does look like this is going to be a W in the books for Albany. But it's definitely a game in which the Vickers, they have a lot to build on, and we saw a lot of good things. I mean, Smasher is a star in the making right there. and just all the pieces are there for them. And anything can happen during the long season 3 campaign. But put it in stone, both games tonight are going to go to the Albany Beavers. This one by a score of 5-2. How many shots? Was it 12-8?
12-8,
You can run
I
down
believe,
the
was the
stats,
final.
Allie.
12-8 were the final shots between the Vincent Vickers and the Albany Beavers in favor of the Vickers. So a lot of offensive pressure there in terms of getting things going. But overall, just I think the Beavers are just able to capitalize more. And the key thing to take away here is the Albany Beavers have stolen 6 of a total 6 points from the Vickers, and they're left with nothing going forward. These early games are really important to get points in. Even in overtime, losses comparable and swallowable usually to complete loss. And I think there's going to be a little bit of talking, a little bit of improvement on the end of the Vickers, but we will see going forward. I'm sure, no one's out of the playoffs quite yet, but we'll start to see really, really good teams pull away from the pack in a couple of weeks.
Sure, because it's only 6 teams, right, in this division. So,
Indeed.
yeah, there's only a certain amount of room that you have to try to make it into the playoffs. And so, as far as when you look at the numbers, I mean, each game becomes very important. So getting some momentum in the beginning is a good thing. And the Albany Beavers certainly have that momentum. We'll see if they can maintain it at this level. Sometimes it isn't always just about how good your team is. It's literally who shows up. Or people are just like, oh man, I can't make it tonight, bro. Dude, well, we got to have 5 people, man. Those sorts of attrition-based issues that come up. I don't know if we're going to encounter that in PHL. I sure hope not, but it is a factor in many cases.
Indeed, as we are going to be ending the stream soon, but do not go anywhere, for in about 15 minutes we will have the Rocky Mountain Reapers visiting the Halifax Hooks, the defending 2-time back-to-back champions Halifax Hooks, with Owl leading the pack and missing some of his supporting cast over the last 2 seasons. We'll see if he still has any left in the tank to go back for a 3rd straight chip victory and maybe even become the dynasty of the PHL Pro Division at this rate. But for now, and for the next few minutes, I have been Alley Cat with my dear friend and commentator Winters. We will see you on PHLN soon.
Thanks, everybody.